Follow up to the motivational story, Obstacles in Life. This is part 2.
You know, if you're in Vietnam and want to know about business, actually, if you're anywhere and want to know about business, you might want to check out Tom Peng. He doesn't fuck around. Yeah, Tom Peng. He's A-okay. Peace.
In part 1 of the story, we talked about King Tom, who put a rock in the middle of the road, and he wanted to see who would move the rock out of the road, and he would reward that person and make him the prime minister. So if you haven't seen that story, please watch my video, and then this part of the story will make more sense to you. So to recap the story a little bit, right? King Tom put a rock in the middle of the road, and he put spies around the rock and see who would actually move the rock. His own prime ministers, his own ministers of various departments, when they see the rock, they did nothing. They just complained, why is the rock here? Why King Tom doesn't do anything about it? But they did nothing until a farmer came and moved the rock off to the side of the road. Of course, King Tom was very impressed with this farmer and gave him a lot of gold and made him the prime minister of his kingdom. And you know, when the rock was still in the middle of the road, many of the ministers, they just complained. They just said, well, you know, King Tom should do something about this. And then some ministers were like, yeah, we should move the rock. But the other ministers are like, nah, the rock is too big, we can't move it. And then the ministers convinced all the other ministers to not do anything, and they end up not doing anything, because they think it's just too hard, the rock is too big, cannot move it. Until a farmer came and managed to move the rock off the road, and so that's where the story ends, right? So happy ending, the farmer became the prime minister, a big pot of gold, his life is good, and he became a very good prime minister, in fact, because, you know, he's willing to work hard and he's pretty smart, cares about the people, right? There's a follow-up to the story. When he entered Tom's court, obviously all the ministers, they were pretty upset, right? All the ministers like, I am the minister. Why is this farmer here? Why is this farmer equal to me? All right? So all the ministers start plotting. They start, saying bad things about the farmer to King Tom and to each other. You know, that farmer doesn't know anything. How can he possibly govern this kingdom, right? He's just a fucking farmer. He should not be in this position. So they fought the farmer. And the farmer didn't care. The farmer just wanted to do his job because he knows that the kingdom has a lot of problems. He wants to solve those problems. But every time the farmer tries to do something good for the kingdom, the other ministers will sabotage, will try to make him fail, right? And of course, King Tom is wise, and he sees this, and he warned the ministers, don't do that, right? Think for the kingdom, not for yourself. Focus on helping the kingdom become a better kingdom, help the people and make their lives better, right? But no, the ministers wouldn't listen. So one day, Tom gathered all the ministers into his court, and King Tom said, you, cut off your heads. And so that's what happened. All their heads were cut off. The end. Don't be a fucktard and take fucking action.